Well, I have good news for you guys. I'm going to show you what I've been up to all day. First off, we're here at my shop today. And yeah, after last night, what happened, I got to work this morning. I was talking to my dad about it, and I started brainstorming what could have gone wrong and why the car would not make boost and why it just misfired and it filled up the reservoir and all that. And well, let's just say we fixed it. We don't know if we fixed it for sure in the higher gears, but we did fix my lower end gear boost issue that we've had for a long time. For starters,
3 hours later.
all right, I'm gonna go ahead and make this as fast as possible because we're actually closing up the shop here. I started to talk to you guys a little bit earlier, but got super busy, so I had to put the camera down. Basically what we did was the issue on why the car was really sluggish last night and why it wasn't making any boost. The line that I had got from AutoZone was like, I guess it was getting not pinched, but it was collapsing with all the pressure. It was very, it was the same diameter, it was just very thin. So we've got the line that they supplied with the Grimspeed manual boost controller, and I shortened the hell out of it. As if you know, it was mounted here. We moved it to here, and that saved me 4 feet in total length. So legit, I made it as short as possible. Everything is perfect, zip tied. All my boost lines are solid now. Boost controller is still set where it was last night. I have not moved it, so we're going to be able to see what it's boosting at now that everything's fixed. And when I say everything is fixed, let me grab a light and let me show you. You have this little handy dandy snap-on deal here. Basically, I don't know if you guys remember a while back us dealing with this stupid bracket. That bracket was maxed out. I had that rod completely tapped out, and you could literally yank on that rod right there, pull it back and forth, and no matter what you would do, it would not budge at all. It was literally as tight as you could get it. And like I said before, there's previous videos, I don't want to get too in depth about it, but there's a lip here. I don't know if you can see it, and it's on that second ridge. It's not supposed to sit there, but I literally hammered it on there to literally make this thing super tight to where it wouldn't leak. But guess what? It always made that metal noise. I'm pretty sure you could hear it in the videos, but it's always made that. It sounded like I had a twin disc clutch. You know, it was very noisy. It sounded like I had a super noisy clutch. That's exactly the sound, and it sounded like that all the time. But what it was really just that little door flapping. Because I told my dad, I said, you know what? I bet that's what it is. And we took that rod off today, and we just held it with our hand shut. The door, how do I explain? Let me mount this. The door must, even though it was closed and it was locked tight, it probably was like a little bent to where it was wiggling a little bit, to where you couldn't move it, and it was like it was locked tight, but it was still kind of vibrating and stuff like that. So with that being said, this is where your dad comes into play, and we actually took it off, and I don't know if you can see the threads right there in the middle. There used to be a nut, and the nut was for adjustments. Now we got rid of the nut, and we actually had to cut that stud down. It threads in, it's a 2-piece design. We actually had to cut like a couple thousandths off of the stud itself so that this thing could bottom out, because it was hitting on the inside, it was bottoming out, and it wasn't letting this thing close as much as it should. So with that being said, we cut the hell out of it. We had to, you know, make sure the threads were all good, and we got this thing as solid as possible. So I'm absolutely ecstatic because like, you guys have no idea. Hey! So legit, this car has always had that damn pesky leak. It is always, like, ever since I did the 35R turbo, this thing is always, it sounded like I had a twin disc clutch. And it was so embarrassing because I don't have exhaust leaks. This is a whole build, you know? So basically now it's a win-win, because now the car has 0 boost leaks. Between the new blow-off valve, the new boost controller setup, I've got literally all brand new boost lines. I've got all new vacuum lines for the wastegate and everything like that. I'm on the manual boost controller, so it'll make the external gates scream. I've got the new tile blow-off valve, so now the blow-off valve isn't leaking. And I also have fixed the wastegate actuator bracket. So now the bracketry's fixed, the boosting is fixed, everything's fixed. So we're gonna see what this thing does tonight. It should be an absolute monster, because yesterday when I went to test it out, I went right here on the street on Vineland, and I'm sorry, Mexico. And I did a pull, and I went down. First gear made about 4 pounds of boost, second gear made about 21 pounds, and then third gear was like same thing, 21. Then I turned it up, then I started recording, and we went at it again yesterday when I tried to film for you guys. So today, after I did my little shenanigans with the car, I took it out. I had to go pick up some lunch, so I'm going down the street, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna hit it. I punched it, you guys, in second gear, and this thing made 26.7 pounds of boost in second. So I mean, it's astronomical. So then I did a pull in first, and I made like 18.9 pounds in first. Like, it was crazy, guys. Like, the car, for once in its life, is boosting how it should. It has never ever boosted how it should, like, ever. The car has never boosted how it should. It's always had that wastegate leak, so it's always been driving with the leak. It's always felt sluggish. It's never felt how it should feel. But now that is all changed. Now we have no leak from the blow-off valve. We've got fresh boost lines going through the whole system. We fixed our wastegate actuator bracket, so we have our main boost leak fixed. Our secondary boost leak fixed. And then we have the manual boost controller, so we don't have nasty flutter, and it'll actually make noise. I'm so excited to be able to boost in the lower gears. Like, I've always just had so much fun ripping first and second gear, and I have never had that since I went with this bigger turbo, but I've got my boost back, and I'm so happy. So anyhow, guys, I'm gonna go ahead, and I'm leaving work right now. I'll talk to you guys a little bit later when I get home. I don't know if I'm gonna go to the beach tonight and film for you guys. We'll go for a nice drive, or I'll just pick up the camera when I go to pick up some food later. Who knows? But until then, I'll see you guys later. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and try and record some footage for you tonight, but I don't have the best news. I'm gonna see how it does, and based on how it performs, I will get in touch. But if not, I'm just gonna wrap up this video right here. We believe to have lifted ahead. I got the boost controller dialed in perfect. We're hitting 28 pounds, exactly how it should. The car literally is making boosts like crazy. I had it set to where it was the other night. I did a pull, and it made like 32 pounds, like instantly fast. I was like, oh shit, I got off. So it's definitely making steam right now. Unfortunately, my camera's about to die, so I am gonna stop it here, actually. Seeing it now. So I turned the boost controller down to 28. I did a pull, and it filled up the overflow again, which is leading me to believe that there is definitely a lifted head issue, head gasket issue going on. It sucks. It's a bummer. I'm gonna go cruise the car and just enjoy it, and we'll game plan in the next video what we're gonna do with the car. So I'm sorry if you guys didn't get to see a lot. I tried. This is what I was always afraid of. So I say owning a Subaru is not fun. It's just, you can't have fun with it without it breaking and having to pull the motor out again. It sucks. But anyhow, guys, enough negativity. I'll see you guys in the next video when we start game planning what we're gonna do with this car. But until then, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.